Hello everyone, hope you had a fabulous weekend. Welcome to Your View. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I never do this alone. I have my lovely co-host here. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? How was your weekend?
Very good. Weekend was very, very good. It was a busy weekend, but fulfilling weekend, both financially and I got to have fun with my husband. We had 2 parties and it was really, really nice. You know, sometimes you dress up very well and your husband just takes you around like a trophy and he just puts his hand by your back. No, that's my wife, you know. That's my wife, you know. And I'm like, so you must really be admiring me today. It was really
good.
Fun.
That's good.
Nice. My own weekend was very busy too. Shopping Saturday and Sunday.
Oh gosh.
Very, very busy.
Shopaholic.
I want to say a very big thank you to all the people who watch us and always send us feedback. There's a former landlord of my mom's, Pa Wenu, who's always asking after me, and his wife says that he never lets them watch anything at 9 o'clock except Your View. That program Jumoke, oh yeah, they should turn the TV, you know. And he's always asking my mom to just say hi. He recently became a grandfather again, so he's almost 90 and he's still very, very strong. I'm sending best wishes.
Shout out to him. Thank you so much, sir. And also, a lot of people always, anytime we go out, every time.
I'm telling you, I know someone that does that every day.
Something amazing happened yesterday in church. A little boy walked up to me. This boy should be probably like 9 years old. He said, "Sorry, ma, are you Auntie Owa from Your View?" Yeah. He's a huge fan of the show. And very little, like, you know, so later he left, then the father came that, please, he has to take a picture that, you know, the boy will not let him rest. You know, I mean, it's
similar happened to me.
It's really amazing.
My daughter's school, a little girl, like 4 or 5 years old, I see your picture on television every day.
Picture.
I'm not going to see it tomorrow. I'm like, yes, you are.
So it's amazing that the whole essence of the show is reaching out to people, touching lives, and, you know, so that's why, you know,
I totally agree.
I'm really excited about doing
this. A lady
this.
came up to me, one of my friends, Amelia. Etimisa, she just came to me and said, "Mariah, I gotta do a story on you guys. You guys are too real. You guys are just, I gotta do a story on you guys. And I was like, and I was so touched. And you know, she writes for a major newspaper, and I'm like, wow. So I'm pretty excited about that. But
Mariah, you're looking very,
very colorful, bright.
Thank you, appreciate it. You
How
know,
was the
weekend, my son is down with fever and malaria, so it's been sleepless nights. But you know, coughing all night. But vitamin C actually helped. I gave him vitamin C consistently, and last night was much better than previous nights. But it's getting better. Thank God for that. You know. All right, let's take a quick break now. When we return, we'll look through the front pages of the newspaper. So many stories we have to cover. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This tea is really good, actually. Let's start with The Nation. Major headline: 300 billion naira CBN workers pay bailout for 27 states ready. Cash disbursement begins in 2 weeks. We can see a picture here of a smashed vehicle. That's a car belonging to suspected insurgents destroyed by the military. Troops kill terrorists on Dikwa Maiduguri Road. Presidency, Boko Haram begin talks. Hope rises for Chibok girls. SANS, prosecute Senate rules forgery suspects. Saraki's wife's probe. Kwara PDP clears Tinubu. Buhari meets APC lawmakers ahead of resumption. 19 dead, 27 injured in Damaturu blasts. JAM redistributes candidates below cutoff marks, and Bielsa's got £5 million Alamisia loot fund in 2012. For real? Okay, what story is sticking out? The CBN is finally saying that they're going to disburse in 2 weeks. Did anybody read that story?
Yes, I did. And what struck me in the story was that 2 weeks? Wow. I hope that more people wouldn't have died before 2 weeks. But anyways, last week the governors shouted saying that the bailout funds that the president said they were going to get to help in paying their salaries, they hadn't received it. So this is coming out at a good time. They're sort of responding to that and saying that
the money was stashed somewhere and they just disperse it. These things, it's a process.
It takes some time.
Especially even the PDP saying that, oh, where did the money go? They're supposed to give it to the states, and the states have said they've not received it. Where's the money? And like, come on, calm down. You know, CBN is now saying that. Allow them, right?
Allow PDP. They're just learning to be the opposition.
Okay. And also about the workers, I'm sure that they would have less risk of sicknesses and all that, because you see, the thing is about hope. When you have no idea when the money is going to come, that can in itself kill you. But when they know that the money is coming soon, we can cite 2 weeks. Of course, they will wait.
It's a mental or emotional liberation already happening to them. So don't say 2 weeks, madam.
All right, let's move on to the Punch. Senate rule forgery. Buhari won't stop trial of suspects, says presidency. Saraki Lawan group set to clash over police report. Once again, picture of destroyed vehicle, exploded by explosives. Female bomber kills 19 in Damaturu market. INEC Commissioner Salau dies. Soyinka, better wine connoisseur than political critic, says Obasanjo.
We heard that already.
Yeah, right. President's U.S. trip fruitless, says PDP. 8 pupils drowned in Akwa Ibom River. Wow, I didn't read that. CBN Forex policy fueling economic crisis, says LCCI. Buhari meets APC reps today ahead of resumption. Okay, this forgery matter, I think it's the only paper that has it as a front page.
Okay, the Akwa Ibom is not.
Human angle. Forgery is in other papers. The Atang River in Akwa Ibom divides the Ikot Abia Enyi village in the Insit Atai local government.
I'm sure you didn't call it well. I'm glad you tried.
Anyways, this is a small village divided by this river, the Atang River. To one side of the river are all the social amenities, the primary school, the secondary school, the hospitals. And on the other side are the villagers. Now, they always have to cross the river to get to the social amenities. Sometime last year, they lost 3 pupils and a pregnant woman in the same river. And so, and since then, the men in the village stay by the river bank waiting for people crossing to help them out. But they said this happened because of heavy rainfall. The river overflowed its banks, and 8 students were traveling back from primary school. Wow. I had 2 questions. How come their own primary school hasn't is not on holidays yet? Oh. Secondly, because they had a similar incident last year, how come the abandoned bridge, there's a bridge supposed to cross that river.
That's what the government was supposed to.
You know, that bridge has been abandoned.
Akwa Ibom is supposed to be Akpabio State, right?
Yes.
And you know, we saw a lot of transformation that he did. So a lot of beautiful construction. As little as that thing, because
please remind us also that he got the highest
allocation. Yeah, I'm just saying that as little as that bridge, you know, he should have just constructed that bridge. Because
sometimes it's local government that do
no,
the state government can do.
No, Murayo, whether local government, you see, that is already like a red flag for any government. It happened last year and it's happening again. You know, this boats, of course, they don't have life jackets. There's nothing there. So it's either you construct the bridge or you move the amenities to their own locality. So it's as simple as that.
Right in the village.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Vanguard. APC PDP fight over Buhari's policies. Buhari running discriminatory, vindictive government, says PDP. Says humiliation of patients, Jonathan, unacceptable. Asks what $2.1 billion World Bank loan is for. And PDP can't provide viral opposition, says APC. Greece and Nigeria, a tale of 2 bailouts by Magnus Onyebe. 15 killed, 47 injured in fresh Damaturu market blast. Alleged forgery of Senate rules. Controversy as police seek political solution. How Tinubu lured 5 governors out of PDP. Okay,
let's talk about
lots and lots of stories.
Which one do
you want to talk about here?
Jonathan.
Okay, so APC fighting
PDP saying that, you know, the Patience Jonathan story, you read something about her now. You know, I followed the story over the weekend, and, you know, I was talking to someone that works with the, you know, the airport, the federal government. He was saying something that that lounge is actually, the lounge is actually meant for the president of the country. So if by chance the wife is with the president or anybody is with the president, then they now have the privilege to go in, into the presidential lounge. So the woman now, you are not the
first lady.
You're just the first. You're not even an
no longer not a first.
So you're no longer a first lady. So you don't even have. And I'm so happy.
But I read there that actually that previous administrations allows other families from
but it is wrong. You understand?
It
is wrong. It is like you're saying that, I mean, because I'm a former president's wife, then I can fly the presidential jet. It is wrong. So I'm even happy that even the laws that Buhari put on his own wife, saying that you cannot even fly except maybe you have, what's it called, a national, official duty function to attend. So I'm so happy. We should start to get things right. On the lighter note, somebody said, now, wow, now.
Say the opposition.
The Patience Jonathan story now.
Level has changed now. I want to talk about the story. We skip it on the Punch about the
Senate matter.
Senate. And, well, I read it from the Punch, and they said that the investigation that took place confirms that by the police confirms that there were there was forgery in the document that was used to swear in this current 8th assembly. The statement also included the fact that they should prosecute the clerk of the assembly and the Senate's the people that were sworn in that used the forged document. Now, Punch confirmed that the police is saying that they did not know anything about the document submitted to the president, but Punch also said that the document, they confirmed that the president got the report. So we're waiting to confirm from the president. The president hasn't said anything about it, but the speculation is that there was forgery, there'll be prosecution.
But if it really happened, that would be so pathetic. Because these are supposed to be the lawmakers. These are supposed to be people who actually uphold the rule of law. Now, if for any reason they actually forged the constitution of the Senate,
it's called the Senate standing order.
The Senate standing order. It's like the constitution of the Senate. Yeah. How do you forge a constitution? Who does that?
I said over the weekend, too many things happened. They submitted 36 lists of ministers. Only 3 people scaled through. And they said even the ones that did not scale, they didn't stop there. EFCC will follow you. So people are even begging now. I beg, don't submit my name. What we are seeing is the level of decay that has happened in our nation. Do you understand? If this thing truly comes out that this thing is forged,
people are asking that Saraki and his deputy to step aside. That was they need to step aside while this investigation is ongoing. But we'll see, because I think they were supposed to resume.
Because the deputy was actually accused of being the one who forged, because he had been in the Senate for a long time, so he ought to have known. So
I would advise,
the police have invited him.
I would advise, like you said, that you see, when you find yourself on the wrong side of the law, you shouldn't wait for anybody to come and pull you or drag you by force.
By yourself,
you yourself just resign. And okay, a little pride will still be there.
It's still developing, so let us monitor it. When it comes to Wisconsin, we're not making it a full topic. Daily Sun. Blast of hell. Trust Sun to be dramatic. Underage bomber kills 19 in Yobe. Blood flows in rivers. 16 killed in cult war. National Assembly forgery saga. Police send reports to Attorney General's office. Scramble for Nimasa top job hot up or heats up, probably sounded better. How ex-Governor Orji family looted Abia. Final text of group's petition to EFCC. Okay, the blast of hell. This bomb blast, 10-year-old.
I don't know.
Snuck right into...
Everybody now suspects every woman jab. We start suspecting every child right now because it's tiring. What do we do? I'm really, really concerned about this.
Some school of thought are saying that it's possible that the Boko Haram, they have used up all their
tactics,
their men. So now, and in the north, there are people.
Child, I don't get
there are people. Oh no, hold on. I'm saying that the people in the north, for instance, you see Almajiris going about begging. Do you understand? Somebody can just bundle the person and use them up. So you see, for me, I'm looking at it from the angle of the government has to take charge. No child should be found on the streets.
Which is what Kaduna,
no child should be found on the streets. All across Nigeria. Because these people now, they are out to, target little children.
Okay. We need to be proactive in our actions.
We can't really take the last people, which is just Obama. That's Barack. President Barack. And Kenyatta, President Kenyatta of Kenya. That's anxiety over memo banning 113 vessels on lifting oil.
That
That's
was
actually
funny,
a big story.
It's very funny.
Serious anxiety.
Group general manager sent out a memo banning 113 vessels. He did not tell the permanent secretary. He did not tell the group managing director. How does that happen in a government parastatal? Do you understand? It's a big story. We are going to follow up on it.
They're trying to even trace it to find out it was from the presidency.
Yeah, because they said it was from I read that it was from the presidency. That was last week. Our presidency denied.
113 vessels. Okay.
Somebody, and I'm tired of probe. I wanted to say they should probe it, but
no need for probe. Just go to jail and return the money. That's all I want to hear.
All right.
Go to jail. Do not pass go.
Yes. That's all we can take on Front Page Review today. Still to come, Benue State Governor promises cash amnesty for returned arms. That's on Hot Topics. And later, President Buhari to negotiate with Boko Haram over release of Chibok girls. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Oh, my tea has finished. Welcome back. Benue State Governor Mr. Samuel Ortom has promised to grant amnesty and monetary reward for those who willingly submit their illegal arms in the state. Ortom had, in his bid to restore peace to the violence-prone state, recently proposed varying categories of cash rewards for those who submit their illegal weapons. According to him, illegal weapons in the hands of unauthorized users constitute a threat to the security of lives and property in the state. What are your thoughts on this? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. Or you could tweet to us at YourViewTVC. All right. In this season of amnesty is obviously raining. Everybody wants to do amnesty. Let me give you this and you give me but that.
Right.
Well, now, what do you think? First of all, I even want to even start from how did they even get the arms in the first place? We'll come back to that issue because all these politicians, they give them the arms for politics, and now suddenly they want to start mopping them up. You now start giving them amnesty. But does he need amnesty to get these weapons back?
I want to say something. Can our leader? We need our leaders to be more creative in finding solutions to problems. The easier way is to just say we give you money and we collect the arms from you. That's like the most
basic.
The basic one.
That's creative to me.
No. I feel that we've seen how amnesty has worked with the militancy and Niger Delta, and I must tell you that this wasn't probably the aim that we didn't achieve the result that late Yar'Adua wanted to achieve, which is to end militancy. We have not ended militancy. We still have them threatening at every point in time. A lasting solution would be to be creative about finding how to mop it out. The reason somebody will pick up arms is because he is jobless. The reason, and to take that arm and give him 500,000 or give him 100,000 naira will not solve the joblessness. He will spend that money and he will be done with spending the money.
And buy new arms.
And probably buy something else. So yes, take out the arms. They are already trained to carry arms. Then give them a job, probably in the military. We need people to fight the war against Boko Haram. We need people to fight. The police needs to recruit people. Get them jobs to work for the institution. I feel if they're done that with the militancy, if every militant had become a police officer, maybe there would have been a little difference in how it's being done. Let them be assimilated, bring them into the society.
That's creative.
But just think of something creative, not just say we give them money. And that's another way corruption would continue. Because if you start spreading money that, oh, somebody will say, I didn't get, oh, it did not reach me. And I'm the kingpin in this area. I did not get money for my, I have also, I have arms too, you know, it's just.
Any other angle to this?
What is creative to me is how he came about the sum of 100,000 naira for every AK-47 returned and 50,000 naira for every pistol returned. Now, I went to go and research how much AK-47 is in the open market. Yes. They say the ones they sell to government is about 350,000. In the open market, it's about 500,000. Now, if I bought my AK-47 myself, the 100,000 you're offering me is 1/5 of how much I bought it.
Sell it safe.
It's not working for me. But if you gave me the gun free of charge, and you're now offering me 100,000 to take it back, it might seem like a deal. So it makes me think towards, is it that really, like we had the security experts say to us, that is the politicians who harm them. This is sort of just confirming that really and truly, it is the politicians
who harm
who harm
doing something similar, also saying that, you see, Guys, all of you that are calling out,
they weren't offered money.
They're not offered money, obviously. He was giving them a deadline. Like, if you don't submit it by this time,
we
will hunt you down.
That's
it was a directive.
That's another
was
style.
telling them that, listen, if you don't
style.
submit your arms by this time, we will hunt you down.
Benue
he didn't offer them money.
He's owing salaries.
And talk about that's even a carrot and stick approach, meaning that I'm going to get you. You know, that's a firm, you know, but I'm going to give you 2 or 3 weeks.
Carrots.
Bring it. You understand? So that works. But when you're offering money, you're coming from a position of weakness. No government should show weakness at all.
Interesting. Any view on this matter? Because I know this is a bit hardcore.
For this topic, honestly, I have more questions than even views. I read that report, and he was saying he was going to train them. You know, I was wondering what kind of training. Like I said on Friday, I have my reservations about the amnesty that was granted to the Niger Delta. If you go and check, I'm sure that the sole purpose of that amnesty has not been achieved. So for me, like Tope rightly said, amnesty is a lazy man's way out. We see a lot of people. I even want to look at it from this angle, Murayo. There are people that are jobless. They have certificates and they're waiting. They don't have jobs. If you start to grant amnesty to say, come, drop your arms, what do you think will happen to those people?
So you're sugarcoating?
No, what will even happen to the jobless people that don't even have anything to do? They will reason and say, okay, I think I can also go and pick up arms, and, you know, it will just become like a continuum.
So all of us pretty much don't agree on amnesty.
I don't agree on amnesty.
Let me take Ogunfadeke's call. Good morning, Ogunfadeke. Are you there?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
I so much like what you're doing in TCC. Keep it up. Most of your points you discuss are very relevant, and it has done a lot of corrections to the society. Then the issue of illegal act. So, like what Ejumoke has just said, the government needs to look at it critically, because if I bought AK-47 for 350,000, you want to give me 100,000, how will I submit it? So it's nothing to write home to collect about that. Then two, it's another point made by Uber that those governors, because you know Nigerian politicians, they are very corrupt. If they spend 1 million, they will tell you they spend 100 billion. So it's another avenue for them to just spend government money anyhow. So if they want to do amnesty, the federal government must be involved. Thank God we are now having a credible person as our president, which is worldwide acknowledged. So therefore, it should be done in conjunction with the federal government, rather than individuals not saying they want to do grant amnesty.
All right.
It could lead to fraudulent practices.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes,
solution that I would love the governor of the state to say, even if you don't give them a stern warning, I think put institutions in place first. You know, you don't have to say it. I don't like the idea of coming out openly to say, okay, submit your weapons and I'll give you money. You can set up institutions. A lot of this amnesty thing that we are now resulting to it has a root cause. And that root cause is unemployment. Okay. The root cause is joblessness. The root cause is lack of quality education.
Let me use your example.
Yeah.
You have a group of young people are hungry, jobless, they don't have anything. And you think, if you offer them 100,000 naira, don't you think they'll take it? That would be enough incentive to get them to at least drop the arms. Then you can then offer them education, offer them training to empower them. But that original 100,000 will definitely
somebody that has a gun, Rayo. If I put a gun to your head, you will give me something worth more than 100,000.
60 million from the Ikorodu robbery.
You would give me something worth more than 100,000. I see, if you continue like this, because you see, it has become a norm in our country, and I think it is a bad thing. We should stop encouraging, because this can only encourage somebody else that is jobless, and I'm sitting down at home. What do you think I would say? Okay, let me go and carry my own gun now. If I carry my gun, the government will offer me amnesty. I'll go and submit the amnesty.
Lagos State came up with the idea of LASMA. They were very, very instrumental in controlling the problem we have on ground, which is traffic issues.
They are.
And they are still doing that. They also gave opportunity for employment to many people that would have been doing something negative in the society. They came up with Kai to take people off the street also. The society must think ingeniously of something that will solve the problem.
I have a call from Niger State. Mohammed from Niger State. Good morning, are you there? Oh, I didn't want to keep you. I'm so sorry. It was her fault.
Sorry. Let me quickly read a few tweets.
Yes, please.
Shegun Benga says, if picking up arms against the states is a prerequisite to get government attention, then 40 million unemployed Nigerians will look in that direction. Olusoji Akiyemi says, amnesty shouldn't be all about money. Take them to rehab, enroll them in skill acquisition workshops, and give them soft loan. Tijani Adewusi says, talk, you want criminals in our army? Ha! Want by ijoba tipe?
No, let me answer that. In the US, and we tend to always copy the US for the good things, and this is one of the good things they do. When they see someone very, very creative criminal, they will look at you and like wonder if you're so creative in forging some documents, then maybe you should come into the FBI and use your creativity for us. We have to take advantage of this minds. If somebody is creative enough to become, at a very young age, self-trained arm dealer or something, then it can be useful for negotiation in the military. Okay. Or we should take advantage.
Kami says it won't work as long as there's poverty. There should be an alternative to militancy. Job. Okay. Dayo Adegoke says amnesty from government is another scheme by governors to siphon public funds. They should all go by Aregbesola style if they're sincere.
Let me take this call from Bakari. Bakari, are you there for Bogba?
Yes, I'm there. Good morning, Morayo.
Morning, how are you? Zachary.
Thank God, thank God. Yeah, in the first place, how these people get this gun?
That's all right.
Then another thing is, do they have license for that gun they're carrying? So if they don't have the license for it, they should be arrested. What is the security people? What are they doing? In the first place, how this gun got to them? So it's the same politicians that give them the gun and then complaining that people are using this gun now to kill themselves. So the security these things should do their job and then stop people from getting armed illegally. That's my contribution.
Okay.
I wanted to say that what Kaduna State government did, I was watching on television one day, and he was saying that he wanted to take off the beggars from the streets. He didn't just say go off the streets. He went to what's it called? The centers where they learn skills and all that. And he has seen how dilapidated those structures are. So what he is promising them is come off the street. Let me put you here. And you learn probably skills that would help to empower you, you know, so that you can make a decent living instead of staying on the street and begging. Because it's become, look at the issue of begging now. We have tolerated it, and it's become like, you know, a menace on the roads. So we have to find a way, you know, to say, okay, this is what the government has done, and announce it. Then if you choose to carry a gun that you want to go and become a nuisance on the street, then they will arrest you and they prosecute you.
Maybe we shouldn't be. Maybe we shouldn't be too pessimistic on this matter. It might work out. You know, yes, we don't agree, but it just might work where the people can actually
honestly in the Niger Delta, when this amnesty thing started, had a very, very good heart towards the goal of that thing. A lot of people submitted their arms. A lot of people surrendered. And they really, we saw the activities of the militancy go down like a nosedive. But now today, they are saying that because they have not paid them for 3 months, and they are already regrouping, and what was now the point of the amnesty? How much have we seen these people in the Niger Delta to say, okay, this is a product of amnesty, and this is the transformation that they are seeing?
Okay. Well, on a final note, if the three of us on the show, ladies, can think of creative ideas to solve the issue of arms, then I'm sure that the president, the governor of every state can get people within that state to think of more creative ideas to solve their problems.
That's all we can take on this segment. When we return, President Buhari to negotiate with Boko Haram over the release of Chibok girls. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Our President Buhari has disclosed his willingness to negotiate with terrorist group Boko Haram for the safe return of the girls of government secondary school Chibok abducted last April. According to him, our main objective as a government is to secure those girls are safe and sound back to their school and rehabilitate them to go back to the normal life. So, if we are convinced that the leadership can deliver those girls safe and sound, we will be prepared to negotiate whatever they want. Joining us to shed more light on this and his perspective is a public affairs analyst, Mr. Ken Okulogbo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Yes, you can call us on 070-806-68014. You can tweet to us at UWTV to join the conversation. All right, so our president was in the U.S. for a whole 3 days, I believe. And part of what he discussed there was asking for help from the U.S. government. Now, we're all anticipating that when he comes back, things will be restructured back in the northeast, and hopefully they should be able to pull down Boko Haram. But in one hand, it looks like we're about to bring down Boko Haram. In another mouth, they're saying, "Oh, let's negotiate." You know, what exactly is it? Are we really positioned to bring down Boko Haram, or we're saying, you know what? Let us just negotiate. Just bring back the girls. I'll give you what exactly. What was our area of strength in this whole scenario?
Well, the truth about it was that before the president visited the United States of America, I would have expected that they would have had a clear-cut program, because if you notice what happened, he only saw Obama by the second day, and I found it a bit strange that they had an initial tete-a-tete. It was more like an off-the-press conference before they went into the meetings they had. And by the time they came out, they did not have the normal press conference about the White House Gardens. I mean, that was a normal thing where you have the seal of the Nigerian president and the seal of the American president, and they would take questions from reporters. Why I'm saying this is that you'll notice that once that wasn't done, there were no firm agreements that were reached. One, we know about the Leahy Law. The Leahy Law was already there, and he knew about it even before he left for America. And the Leahy Law is very clear. Nigeria has been indicted in terms of abuse, human rights abuse by his military personnel. And whilst that was happening during Jonathan's time, the report came out while Buhari had become the president. And it wasn't enough to just pay lip service to say, you're going to investigate. If you really want to deal with the Americans, if you want the Cobra helicopters, if you want the night vision goggle, if you want the drones, we just said it together, you need to show that you have an intention. You understand where I'm coming from? You must set up a committee to actually probe these human rights abuses that Nigeria has been accused of, because that is the only reason why they're not selling arms to us. And Americans are quite selfish, because if you notice during the Syria war, or while the Syria government, they were trying to bring down Assad, they were actually dropping arms for the rebels. And the rebels had been accused of worse human rights abuses than you have accused the Nigerian military of. And those arms were even getting to the hands of the ISIS. Because they were dropping them from the air. They were not sure who they were dropping them to. They didn't want to take the risk of going on ground to go and exchange the arms. So if America can take such drastic measures because they know the threat ISIS posed to their country, they should also understand that Boko Haram is even a worse threat in the sense that the amount of people that have been killed by Boko Haram cannot be compared to the amount of people that ISIS have killed. I mean, it's almost on a daily basis at this point in time. What am I saying? What I'm saying is, the visit to America, we had this background. We already knew what was going to happen. So going to lament about the Leahy Law was like medicine after death. Well, the only thing I see that he has come back with from that visit was the $2.1 billion promised the northeastern area. But it's over a period. It's over a period. First, they say 10 years non-interest loan, then another 20 years. The 20 years, the percentage of the interest loan was not spelled out. When the $2.1 billion is going to come has not been spelled out. And you know, it's very key. He also needs the approval of the National Assembly before he even takes that loan. That's the only thing I have seen in all the visits, except I stand to be corrected.
I have a question. Due to the fact that the newly appointed Chief of Army Staff has some boss people higher than him in rank. Okay. There are 20 generals that are about to be retired. I think they're already retired. 25. Isn't that enough body language show of fighting the crisis within the military concerning the abuse of human rights?
No, that can't be. You're retiring 25 generals that are still supposed to be in active service. I think it's even wrong.
Because they are senior.
I think it's wrong because who knows how effective those generals can be. We're even told that somebody like Buhari is on the reserve list. Babangida is on the reserve list. So if you're retiring those who are not supposed to have been retired because you have made a Chief of Army Staff who you think you appointed because of his professional conduct and because of his attitude, I mean, a lot should have been taken into consideration rather, because you have not accused the 25 generals that are retired of of human rights abuses or incompetence. I think you have just cut short their career. And you have reduced more people that would have been available to put their heads together to fight the scourge that we are facing.
If they were there for, they've been there now.
I want to try to disagree with that, because if you're in the military, I think it's like a lifetime thing. You can be called upon.
But that's what I said. I said reserve list. Yes.
No, I'm saying that the 25 you're saying that they cut short their careers. Don't you think that
they are now going to the reserve list?
No, what I'm saying is that why do you put them on the reserve list?
No, I'm saying
when they are still
saying that even if you take them out and you keep them on the reserve list, if they need them and truly if they are that competent to say, okay, they have certain roles to play, they should.
But when you call them from the reserve list, they're not going to come back they're not going to be active. They're only going to come back for a purpose, a certain purpose, and that's when you're in a war situation.
Let's go back to the issue of the negotiation. Now, in the past, we've been hearing of, we don't know, we're not sure who these people are, who the officials are. How do we verify that the people we're negotiating with are actually from Boko Haram? What strategies do you think the government can put in place to ensure that we're actually talking to the right people?
That's where that is where the intelligence department has been having a shortfall. I remember there was a time I was in Abuja, and there's this taxi driver that used to always carry me when I go for a transaction, because I'm a property developer. Then I was just developing a property in Abuja, and every time I noticed that he was always very smartly dressed. He would carry my bags when we get to Transcorp and all that. Then one day I looked at him and said, "What do you really do?" Because we had become very close. And he not confided in me that he works in the NIA, Nigerian Intelligence Agency. Really? I'm telling you, and that his duty is to act as, because I'd become very close, that he was retiring already. That's why he was telling me that his duty was to act as a taxi driver and get information, to gather information. And I was shocked. I even told you that there are people that sell tomatoes. I couldn't even believe it. Who work for the Secret Service. And I was like, so you mean they go to this extent to gather information? Then that tells you that we should have been able to infiltrate Boko Haram by now. There's no two ways we shouldn't have been able to infiltrate Boko Haram. We should have been able to infiltrate their commanding rank, and we should have been able to get those who will give us clear, actionable intelligence. I was very sad the other day when I was reading that Governor Rufai said that the people that bombed Zaria, that they tracked them until they put off their phone. How could you have tracked them up until they put off their phone, and at the point of when they were to carry out their action, their phones, you couldn't track them anymore, and they carried out such a very disorderly act?
But the former president, President Goodluck Jonathan, said that the Boko Haram are in his administration and even in his cabinet. He's not, you know, when he made that statement, people went against him. Can we say that because we can't infiltrate them because they're within us and we can't identify them?
The thing about intelligence is that we have what we call actionable intelligence. When you have somebody that is working it's just like Boko Haram. Boko Haram must have their informants too, from the army. When you have somebody that is in a group and has been able to assume a very key position in that group without suspicion, he should be able to come back and give information that at so time we're going to be in Gombe. And we're going to carry out this.
So do you agree with the negotiation?
Yes, I agree. Look, you must use the carrot and stick approach. If you remember what happened in the Niger Delta, because I'm from the Niger Delta, Yar'Adua used the carrot and stick approach, and that was how he was able to curb the militancy.
Did he solve the problem?
He did solve the problem.
At the time?
At that time, he did, because our oil, we were selling less than 700,000 barrels a day. Now we are selling more than 2.1 million barrels. Just that now we're looking for buyers. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's the difference now. I mean, so if we can use the carrot and stick approach, because it is obvious that the more we have we have tried to destroy Boko Haram, the more they have come to us. Yes, before the elections, Jonathan did a lot because he had pushed them to the brinks. He had recovered all the local governments. But now we had 5 local governments.
He never recorded.
He went to Bama.
He never recorded.
As at the elections, I stand to be corrected. They said all the local governments in Yobe, in Adamawa, and in Borno were firmly under the control.
So are you in support of
Do you understand?
Amnesty for Boko Haram?
No, there shouldn't be amnesty for Boko Haram. What we should have is for those who are willing. That's the difference. Who are willing to drop their arms and come out now. They should give them, and they won't be prosecuted. No, they shouldn't be prosecuted. There are those who will not come out, and eventually, when you say you're going to give a blanket amnesty, you're going to give a blanket amnesty for those who have carried out a lot of acts that.
I was reading an article saying where our president believes that we're actually almost winning. We are winning the battle. That Boko Haram is actually, I'm paraphrasing now, that they're actually changing their strategy because obviously the military is hunting them down, and that's why they're not using little kids as
what he was trying to say then was that Boko Haram was targeting soft targets. Yes, I agree. Soft targets in the sense that you might not know that this is a market and this is the last place you expect them to go to. Yes. But you see, this is guerrilla warfare. they are still very active. If as at the last time I read the papers, I heard that the Kawa was only recovered 2 days ago, and that there are about 4 local governments that they've taken over again. And you take over these local governments, they administer local governments, they collect, they even collect taxes and all the others. So what I'm trying to say is that negotiating with them will bring, that is what will bring a lasting solution to the problem. It is key. Okay. But you don't just say amnesty and give them that opportunity to say, okay, we are negotiating. Meanwhile, it will always break down. Let me take this call.
Amber, I believe. Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Abba, are you there?
I'm doing all right. Good
morning. Please go ahead.
I'm agreeing with Najevo. Malayo, let me correct something. I'm from Borno State.
Okay.
The army, they never recover some 11, almost 7 local government. They never recover on that time of election. I'm from Kalabal local government.
Okay.
So, after the Kwasem na chat army, the Kwangambarungala. So, and the local government, they never recover them. So, Banki, all that side, they never recover them. All these one, they never recover this local government because of election time. So, Oga, let me tell you, they never recover this local government.
All right, thank you so much.
I have a question. Are you a member of any of the political parties?
Yes, I'm a member of PDP. But I'm trying to be quite objective.
No, it was very obvious.
It was so obvious.
No, but I'm still trying to be objective. What I said.
So obvious.
No, listen.
Look, you said that we covered
some I said before. I said before the
elections.
Hold on. No, you can't confirm that now.
No, I'm just saying
you can't confirm what he has said.
He said also,
listen.
Hold on. He said also that he stands to be corrected.
I said I stand to be corrected. But I said almost all. You know what? No. I like that. I said almost all. We're looking for a way forward. This is even not about politics. It has gone beyond politics.
Yeah.
When we have this kind of crisis, we shouldn't play politics with it. I don't think we should play politics with it.
What's the solution moving forward?
I'll take a quick break.
Yes.
When a commercial break. When I return, tell us what your solution is. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I think we have George on the line. Good morning, George. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Morayo.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
There. I'm surprised by the comments of your guest, whom I've been following in some of his media appearances. I know him to be a staunch advocate of President Jonathan and the PDP over the years. In the case of the military service chiefs, President Jonathan changed service chiefs twice during his tenure. Each time they are changed, whoever is junior or whoever is senior to whoever is put there this way, because they are not expected to be serving under those that are junior to them in rank.
Yes.
In the police, it's the same thing. In all armed forces, it's the same thing. So if he's saying here that putting them on reserve list is wrong, are we going to change the tradition overnight? I'm sure no military man will even speak the way he's doing.
Okay.
Then coming to the negotiation, I think only those who don't know what it takes to lose a daughter will disagree with negotiating with Boko Haram in order to retrieve those girls. I have personally not recovered from the shock I got from that day those girls were adopted. But the president is not saying a wholesale negotiation. He's saying, these girls, bring them to us if it means giving you whatever it is, but let us get out those girls first. He's not saying that the war will just end on that account. He's not ready to be deceived the way the previous government was deceived on the matter.
Thank you so much. Let's take some tweets, please.
A.T. Remy says, negotiating with Boko Haram and amnesty sounds good, but could divide Boko Haram, weaken them from within. But remember, Boko Haram are not only Nigerians. Thelma Makojola says, I do not believe granting them amnesty is fair on the people who have died, but gathering intelligence will go a long way.
Abdul Karim Tajuddin says, Nigeria shouldn't negotiate with Boko Haram because they will demand the release of their detained members.
Stanley Padro Pio says, please do not forget that President Muhammadu Buhari is only negotiating for the return of the Chibok girls and not for their entire
Let me take Yakub's call, then I'll come to you. Good morning, Yakub. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Morayo.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
And then good morning to the rest of the team.
Good morning.
George, kudos to George. He's already stayed my mind concerning the guest that you have there this morning in the studio. I also follow him from Channels Television to all the rest of the media house. I know he stands several times. But having said that, let me just go straight to the point. About the negotiation with Boko Haram, if you could remember the day I'm in your studio last time, they asked me that question. Whether we like it or not, this Chibok girl, I can bet on anybody, we can never recover all of them. That is sure. Because before they adopt these girls, we have never seen the female suicide bomber then. But after they adopt those children, after go to 1 year, we begin to see the female suicide bomber. But this President Muhammadu Buhari can be able to recover some. Mark down, underline that some of them, it will be very, very good. And then, mind you, I said that day, if they give amnesty to those Boko Haram people, they can never get amnesty before God Almighty Allah. Thank you.
Okay. Now, so
let me just clarify. Let me just clarify
yes.
that the point where George was saying. George, I thank you for what you have said. What I was saying, I wasn't saying they should not be retired. I mean, it's very clear when you make a chief of army staff, and the question she put to me was that the new chief of army staff, there were 25 people, there were 20, and I corrected it, I said 25 people have been retired. Is that not a way of checking the abuse? And I was correcting the impression that I don't think that's a way of checking the abuse, because none of those 25 generals have been indicted. But it's only because you have made a general and 25 people have to go because of a general. What I'm saying is that could somebody else not have been appointed to make 5 people go? Or 4 people go. Don't you understand where I was coming from? So I'm trying to make it clear to them. I'm not saying that he should not have made his prerogative to make his appointment, but 25 generals going at the same time, you can't take that view from me. It's a lot. That's all I'm just trying to say.
Were you ever in government?
Yes, I was in government.
Okay, so solution. What should the government be doing?
No, what I think they should do is, you can't run away from this negotiation. You must negotiate, especially the issue of these Chibok girls, which has gone very international. If the president can negotiate with Boko Haram at this point in time and get the Chibok girls back, you see, America, America has been saying that they don't negotiate. Remember, they had to release 5 prisoners for just one.
Yes, sir.
So let's not deceive ourselves. If America, that is supposed to be the so-called superpower, can release 5 of those prisoners for just one American, why would it not have to give and take at this point?
President had in the U.S.
Yes.
What do you think the U.S. can actually do aside from intelligence? What else can they do? Is it giving us arms?
What they can do is to help us in training and help us in intelligence gathering. Because, you know, they have the satellite, they don't have the satellite. Most of those images that they bring, they show movements. They can tell you the movements of what is happening around even this station right now. When you go on the Google map can even tell you, talk less of the very super equipments that they have on their satellite. So that's the things they are going to use in helping us. But you can imagine where people now say that, good enough, I like the fact that they're negotiating, I mean, they're interfacing with Buhari. It's a welcome development, more than the hostile approach that they had before now. And you can't take it away, no matter what I want to say about President Buhari, you can't take away integrity from President Buhari and his honest approach towards getting this problem solved. But we must not stop from criticizing some approaches which are not right.
As a member of PDP?
No. Stop saying as a member of PDP. I've tried to be very objective here. You must accept I've tried to be very objective here. But if he sits down on the round table and Boko Haram says, look, we need 10 of our prisoners, or we need 15 of our prisoners for 200 Chibok girls, I don't think that's too much.
I'm still asking, the Chibok girls, do you believe they still?
I still believe they are there.
Maybe not all of them.
Maybe not all of them. You can't get the 216 of them intact, but a lot of them are there. I mean, I'm a father.
Yeah. Okay,
it's something that's
this is the question, and somebody has tweeted the question. He said, what is the essence? Adora says, what's the essence of DSS? I think this outfit should also be grafted into this insurgency to do their own part. You know, that's the intelligence.
But that's what we just agreed on, yes. Intelligence
because, you know, why I'm saying this? Because DSS used to be somewhere around us until somebody came and it became so obvious that this is where DSS is. It's supposed to be like an underground.
I agree.
What's it called?
Selling tomato.
Yes.
So everybody, I don't know where they are with guns and everything, and you know. So how do you think we can even revamp that?
I think the appointments. That's one appointment the president did. I think I agree with very well. I've read a lot about the new DG Dara, and he seems to be somebody that has served a lot of time in the DSS, and he has a lot of experience. And if he brings that experience to bear now, which I expect he should do, he should be able to gather enough intelligence now. And the beautiful thing is that he's from up north. Do you understand? And I don't think I would beg to disagree with those who say that appointment was skewed. That's why I'm telling you I'm trying to be very objective here. That appointment was not skewed because it's putting a square peg in a square hole.
Okay,
yes.
sorry, what about community policing? Because you see, in the past, Jumoke, that is where she lives. They know the history. We know each other in the community. Even the police people, because of the local content.
But you see, that's what they try to achieve with this JTF vigilante. JTF vigilante, no, they've done a lot. Most of those successes that they have recorded is because of the vigilante. Because you are living in my locality, I can tell that this person, you don't know when somebody is radicalized. It's very difficult for you to tell because you can be living with this person. The person has been radicalized already, and you don't have an idea that this person has been radicalized. The next thing you hear is that this person has gone into the bush. We don't have a lot so it's for you to now come to say, "Oh, this is my guy Ahmed. He has just, he has just gone to the bush." No, they must remain.
We don't have a lot of time, but just that I wanted to just pick on the fact that the effrontery of Boko Haram to actually bomb Buratai's village was almost sending a message that, you know what, yes, you are now the boss in charge, but you know what, we can also get you.
You know, that was done on purpose, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they're actually on, they're a step ahead.
They're following the,
you see,
it
comes back to the same thing we are saying. It is intelligence. Buratai cannot be everywhere. Daura cannot be everywhere. It's not possible. You can't, you see, it's a pity. I sympathize with this government because they are really, opinion poll might not be the same as it was before the elections. Do you understand? Because of the spate of bombings that have been going on. But we must also face fact they cannot be everywhere. We've talked about soft targets. The only way this can be stemmed is intelligence.
Simple.
Because once you have the right intelligence,
intelligence is key.
It's key.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I think we learned quite a bit.
Your party did not leave them with any.
Thank you very much.
No, we did it. We did a whole lot. I can assure you.
We're waiting to get a PDP person. We'll bring a PDP person. All right, that's all we can take.
I hope you come back again.
I will. I would like her to take me one-on-one. I like to be her one-on-one.
She's been hungry for a PDP person. So
I like her to be her one-on-one.
Can you help us bring Jonah? Can you bring Jonah for us?
I can't assure.
And Pepe.
I can't assure that.
That's all we can take on the show today.
Yes.
To watch a repeat, you can watch 9 p.m. tonight. Repeat on TVC. You can also watch previous episodes by going to YouTube/TV Entertainment and search for Your View. You can also catch us on Google+. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.